Welcome to Golden Sessions. We have today a special guest with us who will be sharing some incredible transformation tips. So, for those of you who have been joining us the past few weeks, Golden Sessions is a place for transformation seekers who are empowering their confidence and making success inevitable. Here we have trainings on topics that you need help with right now to transform your mindset and help you level up. I am doc.PEACE, and today we have Dr. Asal Dean. I want to introduce you all to Dr. Asal Dean. She's very dear to me because she is a fellow pharmacist, and so I have a special place in my heart for pharmacists like myself.
I love it.
Dr. Asal Azizodin started her journey practicing gratitude while working as an oncology pharmacist at a clinic serving patients who were fighting cancer. Her patients were her biggest life professors. Wow. They taught her that extending one's gratitude to the people around us is at the core of the human experience. And during her time at the clinic, she started experiencing how the gravity of practicing gratitude impacts one's outlook on life. And more importantly, sharing one's gratitude with others. So she's made a promise to humanity to enlighten people like ourselves and share this universal practice with the world. That's incredible.
Thank
And
you.
as a thank you. And as a gratitude coach, Asal is committed to inspiring and motivating people to express gratitude and share kindness with others. And through her work, which includes workshops, journaling series, private events, participating in the mindset of gratitude, it's inspiring. Uh, sh- it allows us to experience connection through sharing, and most importantly, to engage in memorable events with others through the lens of gratitude. So, I also want to mention her gratitude grams. Her commitment to serving and empowering people through this work is also tied to these cards that she calls gratitude grams, which are pocket-sized tokens of appreciation to uh, uh, influence people to share gratitude. And so today, without further ado, I introduce you to Asal Dean, and who's she's really excited to lead us in this movement and to meet you all. So, Asal, thank you so much for joining us and connecting with us today on Impact
Thank
Speakers
you.
Connect.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here with you and your community to talk gratitude and to connect. And most importantly, to just be present with one another because it's really a gift that right now in this moment we are meant to be together and to share and to talk and to speak and enlighten one another. So thank you.
Oh, so true, so true. You are welcome. Why don't we just jump right into? Can you share more about who you are and what makes you gold? What makes you a genuine, original, loving dreamer?
Oh, thank you. Who I am? Well, I'm a lot of things. I'm a daughter, I'm a sister, I'm a friend, I'm a lover, I'm a coach, I'm a mentor, I'm a pharmacist, I'm a healer.
Mhm.
There's so many different roles that I play on a day-to-day basis. But who I truly am to my core is someone who has the intention of spreading goodness and love and appreciation out into the world. And that shows up when I play these different roles on a day to day basis. So my commitment is really making the world a better and a kinder place. And that's by being who I am. And then that shows up as a pharmacist, as a coach, as a daughter, as a sister, as a friend, as a lover, and the list goes on.
Oh, I love it. I love it. That's It's so incredible that you really tied in all the different pieces about of who you are. You're not just a pharmacist, you're not just a gratitude specialist. You're so much more than that.
Yeah, and I think that's what guides me into being the best version of myself every day. I'm human just like you and the people who are watching and Jane Doe and Joe Schmo are neighbors, right? We're human.
Yeah.
So there's always that opportunity of growth, development, and at the same time, life happens. And when life happens, we have that choice to either react or respond to whatever is going on in life. And when I tend to fall into that mindset of like, oh no, what do I do? I always shift my focus on what am I committed to? And that commitment of spreading goodness and positivity and making the world a better and kinder place gets me into that mindset of like always serving, like doing and being for the greater good.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
beautiful. How did you get to this place in life where you feel I feel like you feel you're very enlightened. You know that you're not just one thing or another. You're a collective of all your different passions. How did you get to this point in life where you've understood this and you're walking in your purpose?
Walking in my purpose. Well, I think there's a lot of different factors. First and foremost, it's living on planet Earth for 32 years, like really experiencing life. I, we are all on a unique journey, whatever that journey looks like for you. And I am so grateful for every step of the way, even the moments that were like incredibly hard and challenging, and the moments where I felt incredibly accomplished. And my hard work, I felt that it paid off to get to this point.
Mm,
I think another thing is I have done a lot of training and development and surrounding myself with individuals who nurture and support and really push me and this work to share it with the world. Because when I initially started with gratitude grams, this was a concept that I wanted to create anonymously, and I didn't want to be the face of it. And
mm,
it was really the support of my community, my friends, my family, that and experiences, like participants who would work with me, their reflection and their sharing that was fuel for me to get to where I'm at and to realize that I can be all of these different roles for different people in this world. But my main commitment is like, how can I make the world a better place? How can I inspire people? How can I be known as that person that's going to share love and goodness in this world, regardless of what's going on? We've had a tough year.
yeah,
And I recognize that. And I also recognize that I'm a source of light and inspiration, and people need that.
that's
And so if I'm
beautiful.
committed to that, I'll continue doing that despite even what's going on in my personal life.
Wow, that's so incredible, Asal. So you mentioned these gratitude grams, and you've also mentioned how you integrate the gratitude practice into your pharmacy practice and into your daily uh, practice as a gratitude specialist.
Yeah.
So, can you really share with us more about these gratitude grams and how do you incorporate your golden attributes and share those with others?
Yeah, I actually wanted to share with you the first gratitude gram that I ever created. It's actually um, with the first person that purchased a deck of grams from me. This was 3 years ago, and I saved the cash as a reminder of like where it all began. And I
Wow.
was really excited to share this with you. But you can see it's a token of appreciation, and it's this small token where it's used as a tool to encourage people to share their gratitude with others. And you could either write on it or you can just give it to someone. So for example, you're at a coffee shop, or you're at a coffee shop, and that barista makes you that perfect cup of coffee to start your day. How nice would it be to just give them a simple piece of paper
Wow.
and to extend your gratitude? And believe it or not, like I do this on I mean, now with COVID, I don't leave my house very often, but pre-COVID, I would do this on a daily basis, sharing these gratitude grams with people, whether it was servers, the person at the grocery store ringing me up, the person at Starbucks making that cup of coffee for me, and just like spreading that goodness. And when you see that another individual is giving you something purely for the sake of just giving and not expecting anything in return, I think that that really impacts people, and it leaves people feeling like, wow, there are people out in this world that they don't want anything from me. They just want to say thank you.
Wow. And how do you think that plays a role in passing it on? Um, when you share a gratitude gram, do you encourage this form of passing it on, passing the gratitude forward?
Yes, that's a great question. So I do encourage in the little boxes that I sell online. I also have there are different sets like that you can get different numbers, but I encourage to give two at a time. So then that individual has an opportunity to pay it forward to someone else. So for example, if I were to give you a gratitude gram, I would, my request is, I've given you two, can you pay it forward to someone else? And it could be anybody. It could be a stranger. It could be, the people you're living with at home. It could be your best friend. It could be your parent. It really can be anyone. And that's the beauty of, these grams. They're this neutral brown color craft paper. It's so simple. And the intention of the simplicity of this token of appreciation is to show that the impact of giving and receiving is where the power is
Wow.
in this little card.
So the impact of giving and receiving is where the power is. That
Yeah.
it's so powerful. And how did you even come up with this idea? Why do you even do what you do? How did this even start?
So it started really when I was an oncology pharmacist at an oncology clinic, and for the audience members who don't know what an oncology clinic is, it's a hybrid location between a doctor's office and a hospital setting. Patients come in who have cancer, and they are seated in these seats, and nurses give them intravenous chemotherapy. So it's in this bag that is connected to an IV line, and you can get the chemo either through your arm or your chest. And as an oncology pharmacist, I was responsible for taking care of these patients with the nursing staff and the physicians and everyone else who was part of the care of these patients. And so I also had the opportunity to go and speak to patients face to face while they were receiving chemotherapy. And in doing that, my job was very fulfilling. When I would get home though, I found myself really struggling with internal happiness.
Mm,
And so a mentor of mine encouraged me to start writing my moments of gratitude every night before going to bed.
wow.
And initially the practice was hard. I couldn't come up with even 3 bullet points of what I was grateful for about my day. But I was committed to the practice. And the practice, what it looked like is she just asked me, spend 2 minutes a night writing 3 things that you are grateful for about your day. Turn on a candle and just breathe.
So
And I stuck with it.
2 minutes a night,
2 minutes a night, three
three
minutes.
things your
Oh,
gratitude.
sorry, 3 things. Yeah.
Okay.
2 minutes, 3 items.
Okay.
That's it. And if you have a candle, turn on a candle, put on some music. And the key is you got to write it down. So I had pen and paper ready, like it was next to it was on my nightstand, ready to write every night. And I stuck with it because I was like, I can spare 2 minutes every evening,
Yeah.
right before I go to bed. I just turn on the candle, I write, turn the candle off, and I'm off to bed. And a few months into this practice, I really challenged myself. And what I found myself doing is that I was writing majority of my moments about my patients at the clinic and my interactions with them. And I was reflecting and I was like, wow, they are my biggest life teachers. They are the ones who taught me what's truly important in life, and that's being present with people
Mm,
and extending your gratitude to others and truly being grateful for life regardless of what's going on. These individuals were literally fighting for life. I witnessed people suffering and overcoming so many just different challenges of receiving chemotherapy and not knowing if the treatments were working, or whatever struggles that they were going through. I was there, and despite that, I was so humbled to see how they were so present and so grateful, and it was like there's this light in them that was just constantly radiating. And so one day I was driving and I had this burst of inspiration to do something where I was like, I really want to make the world a better place. I understand I'm helping people as a pharmacist, but what can I do to really impact humanity? And the idea came to my mind, and I kid you not, I was driving to work, where I would create these tokens of appreciation to encourage people to spread their gratitude and to to really have gratitude present in their life. Life
Hmm.
is so precious, and sometimes we forget being present and
Yeah.
reflecting on what it is we do have. And it's until we lose it, that's when we realize, like, oh man, like I had it so good.
Yeah.
And so I thought, well, we don't need to get sick or have our health compromised to realize this. So why not
Hmm.
take action and create something for people?
Yes.
And so that's what I did. I went to a coffee shop. I think like that following week, I was on my day off. I went to a coffee shop and I took paper and pen and scissors and I created my first 75 set of gratitude grams. And I was like, I'm going to impact the world one person at a time. Let's see how it works. And I was so nervous to give. I gave it to the girl who was making the coffee for me. And she's like, "Oh, what is this?" And I was like, "Want to share my gratitude with you." And she was like, "Wow, thank you." And I said, "You're welcome." And it was really sweet.
Wow, I love what you said about being grateful or acknowledging the things that we do have.
Yeah,
I think
that's what
oftentimes we're
gratitude.
looking at what we need or or what in quote what we need and what we want. We
Mm-hmm.
never really take the time to acknowledge what we have.
Yes.
And I
Yeah.
love how your gratitude grams kind of slow it down so that you appreciate the moment that you're in
Mm-hmm.
and have gratitude for what's in that present moment.
Exactly. And it is energy, goodness that you are giving to somebody else. And I promise you that it's like a domino effect. And how I view it is like we are all like a source of light. And if my little ball of light now is spread to you, and then you're going to spread it to other people and all the individuals listening in right now, like how much more of a lighter, more golden world are we going to be living in?
Oh,
Like it just takes time, but it's bound to happen. And then if I am committed to doing that on a day-to-day basis, and for the people that I am, and for the people that I get in contact with, like I'm going to make the world a kinder place. I'm going to make the world a more loving place.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That's beautiful. See, my next question was actually, how do you feel what you're doing right now? As you're walking in your purpose, how do you
Yeah.
feel like, how is it sharing your gold light and bringing out the gold in others? You kind of already answered that, but can you dive into that more of how you're how is it that you're shining this light? I feel you're already shining so bright right now
Yeah.
with
How am
gratitude,
I
with
doing it?
love. How are you doing that? Where does this energy come from? And how are you propagating this light? And how does this light bring out the gold in others?
Got it. So what I'm hearing is first and foremost, how do I continue to do it? And then how am I spreading it to others?
Yes.
So how I do it, it's a lot of reflection. It's a lot of holding myself accountable because
Mhm.
I've said that this is my responsibility in my lifetime, and I hold myself accountable. It's listening to a lot of good music, burning Palo Santo and candles, maintaining my gratitude practice, and then working with people.
Okay.
That also regenerates me and it gives me a lot of energy. And it's crazy because it's not crazy. It's actually really beautiful that every workshop that I've led, and I'll talk to you about that in a second of like how I spread it to people, the participants like presents me to things to be grateful for. I'm always learning from people as well because what your mind thinks about and what you're grateful for differs from what mine does. And when
So
we
true.
share, that's an opportunity of inspiration um, and it's an opportunity to really connect. So for example, if I ask you like, what are you grateful for about your favorite drink? And you might say, okay, let's say it's water. It like really replenishes me and it makes me feel alive. I may
Hmm.
not have come up with that thought. I
Oh,
may have said, I'm really grateful for hot lattes on a Sunday afternoon. And you might be like, you know what? I haven't done that in a long time. I'm also grateful for that. And I want to do that too. So do you see how like a general question or a general topic, like what comes to my mind is very different from yours?
Yes.
So individuals sharing with me also really like I'm continuously regenerated with that energy and like being mindful. And it's a tool that really like it's a source of just like it's like a battery that just constantly gets recharged. And I'm like, okay, made this person feel great, woke this person up, they're enlightened, their eyes are opened, I'm ready to do more, I'm ready to reach out to more people. And the way that I'm doing that right now, I do lead workshops. I've done workshops with either private companies or groups of friends or different organizations. I do work with certain individuals where we've done retreats in the past, and that's been really impactful. With taking COVID into consideration, my work has also expanded into what's called the 22-day gratitude journey.
Okay.
And that is every month. And if anyone is interested in joining for the month of December, I would love to have you on board.
Yeah.
And what that is, it's an email series where I email you every day a different topic to be grateful for, and we practice gratitude together. I share my list with you as an opportunity of inspiration, and there's also a voice note in there where I am really guiding you into the daily practice. And what the practice includes, as a participant, all I ask is that you take 5 minutes a day to answer the question, writing what you are grateful for specifically about that topic. And based off of the number of participants who have taken this journey with me, and I've even had people sign up again, it's really enlightening. It's opened up people's eyes. They're like, wow, I can't believe it took me this long to realize X, Y, and Z. Or thank you for this email today. This really touched home. Or I never thought of this topic.
Yeah.
You really got me thinking. This is kind of challenging, but I like it. And so there's the 22-day journey that really has enabled me to connect with people from all over the world. And spreading that work has been so rewarding. And there are individuals who have also reached out to me for private one-on-one coaching. And so that's another way that I do get people to connect with me, is through the one-on-one coaching as well. And in doing that, it regenerates me, and it it gives me, it's a very pleasant reminder knowing that I'm giving back to someone, and they're having breakthroughs, and they're healing, and they're viewing life through a lens of gratitude, because it's
Wow.
all about perspective and mindfulness.
I absolutely love that. I love how it's not just about honing in on what you are personally grateful for, but it's about sharing that gratitude with others to build these authentic relationships and connections with each other. And
Yeah, yeah.
that's incredible.
Thank you. And with the journey, I really get people to take on the idea that there's no right or wrong way of practicing gratitude. There's this I would say, like a misunderstanding that people think like, oh, just because you're grateful, you're positive. That's not the case at all. I have days where I'm feeling really down, or I have boring days, or I have days where I'm just like, oh, like I just don't feel so great.
Mhm.
But I can use gratitude as a tool to get me into that state of gratitude, even if it's for 2 minutes. I can pause and unplug and be like, okay, regardless of what's going on in my day, what am I grateful for?
Yes,
And
yes.
when you get into that state of gratitude and you truly feel it, it regenerates. Like it's some, I can't explain it, but the benefits are so powerful, so important, impactful, and it's a simple practice. You just got to be consistent, and you got to do it on a day-to-day basis.
I love it. I love it.
Thank you.
Consistency is key. And
Yeah.
thank you again for bringing up that exercise. So it's 2 minutes and three grateful things that we are excited about or that we're grateful for in that moment.
Yeah. And if individuals want more guidance in that, I invite you to take on the 22-day gratitude journey with me, because I give you 22 different topics as tools to practice gratitude, or to view your life in a more expanded and enlightened way. And what I can confidently say is that you are you will benefit from this. And it's a personal journey, and whatever you benefit, like however you benefit from it, um, it will enlighten your life, and it's going to impact all of those around you as well.
I absolutely love it. Is there anything else that you'd like to share with us today?
What I would like to share with you is that I'm really grateful for your time and for being present with me and for really taking it on to just talk about gratitude. It's, it's not gratitude that really impacts us. It's, again, it's our connections and sharing it. And yes, I encourage everybody to practice gratitude. It's a tool that we have. It's a universal practice that regenerates yourself, but taking it that extra step and sharing it with others, and what we've done today is really sweet. So thank you.
Oh, you are so welcome. Thank you so much for your time. And I actually have one last
Yeah,
question, from one pharmacist to another.
yeah.
How did you make this transition? I know you spoke about it, in brief, but how is this transition of gratitude into your daily practice really, adding to your life as a pharmacist? Is it taking away? Is it pulling away? Or is it is it really, do you feel like you're walking in your purpose even more now that you've integrated
Yes,
this additional gratitude practice into your life?
absolutely. I am walking into my purpose more. And I say that because as a gratitude coach, that is fulfilling on my, like, on my life purpose. And it's also enabled me to shift and view how the importance of being a pharmacist, and what not only do I do and how I impact others as a pharmacist, but being how has being a pharmacist impacted my life and what my life looks like because I'm a pharmacist today.
Mm,
And
yeah.
it's like this give and take. And I reflect about my job all the time. I think, like, I'm grateful that I have this skill set and this knowledge set to tell a doctor, hey, I think you should change a dose. Or I am grateful that I'm capable of looking for things in a patient's chart and calling a patient and just checking on them and asking them, are you taking this correctly? Or are you taking the way the doctor wants you to take it? Or ensuring that patients feel supported and cared for. And also extending my gratitude to the patients and the medical team that I'm with.
Yeah.
I work at two different pharmacy settings, and both teams are awesome. They are remarkable people who are part of this group, and I feel honored to be under amazing leadership and also to be working with this, like, strong force of individuals who are really pushing our profession forward as pharmacists.
Oh, so beautiful, Asal. I
Thanks.
love how you're pursuing all of your passions. You're aligned with your purpose, and I really appreciate your time and energy, that you've taken to really share with us how to integrate gratitude into our lives and to really boost that energy as a form of boosting our energy, because we can all use that energy boost, especially during these interesting times that we're in right now. So I really appreciate your time, your energy, and your light.
Thank you. Thank you, Peace. It's been wonderful being on this call with you and for meeting up with you virtually. I'm sending you a big hug from
Yeah,
Los Angeles, California, and I would love to stay connected with you and your community. Thank you.
definitely. You're so welcome. I'm so glad that you're part of Impact Speakers Connect, and I look forward to connecting with you further. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us today for Golden Sessions with Doc Peace. That's me, and our amazing guest, Dr. Asal Dean. Keep shining.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.